People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. First thing that is popping in the news. In a place called Rose Heights, a young man, he basically got brain surgery. He basically got his marrow, his thoughts, his memory, everything removed. Pretty much them empty the tool in him head. Now people, I am going to let you take a listen, take a look at a voice note. And the reason why I want you to take a listen, take a look at this voice note is that I have noticed a very disturbing trend in Jamaica. Whenever anybody loses their life, the crime scene is severely compromised. Don't know how they do their investigation. Don't know if there's a set protocol that is supposed to happen. However, we don't see that very much in Jamaica. So people, take a listen, take a look at this voice note, and then I'll give my piece.
Yo, what's somebody want me? Hold on. Yo, you see turn and turn over head and get one lip in the head, Mr. Bridget. See you get one in the neck there, so right now neck there, so you see when I spew, see you get one in the belly there, so there. And then get couple in the head. Yo, left them man. Yo, left them man. Yo, see what about this one? What about this one? Left them. Two suspension. I see one next one under this. Yeah man, I see one there, so see 3 years. Yo. Hey, you don't come kick with them. See one down there, so there. See one there, see one there. No, but couple, see one more there. One there. See one there. See one there. Eh? Yeah man, see one there, so there. I want it bust out that man, they come right and clean out the clip on the man, buddy. See somebody clip them there? Eh? Yeah, see them here, sir. Yeah.
Now people, due to YouTube rules and regulation, I cannot show this video for obvious reasons, so therefore that is why I play the audio. However, it seems as if a lot of person, even if they did not go to JSAF training school, even if they are not any sorts of crime scene detective, I know that they must have watched some sort of police show. 48 hours come to mind. So therefore, some things are just common sense. There's a reason why whenever there's any sorts of crime scene, them always yellow tape the place. You always see chalk line around the body. That yellow tape means that keep out. Crime scene investigators are allowed, detectives, anybody that is associated with any sorts of crime fighting. Anybody else is not supposed to be there. However, what we notice in Jamaica is that whenever people get injured, lick off a bike, accident, people get caught up. The first persons that are on the scene, we are speaking about the crime scene detectives by default, bystanders, people with video, people giving their opinion. However, it seems as if the persons that are supposed to be first on the scene, be it crime scene bus or truck, crime scene investigator, homicide detective, they are usually the last one upon the scene. So in this video, we hear people saying, yeah man, me know him man, me see him yasso, me see him this so. Him look like somebody me know before, and if you was listening keenly, you would have heard somebody say, me nah take no picture, cause me no want nothing to come back in on my phone. So therefore, obviously, people know something about him. However, people like them say, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say nothing, none at all. So what we got a play-by-play from the residents on the scene. They were basically the count, and they were counting the spent shells. They were giving or telling what happened to this man, how much piece him get from which angle. Him have to turn over, him have to roll over, him get X amount in the back of him head, in him belly, rate, lele, blue, blah, blank. Now people, all of this happened because of certain reasons. We see that the popo, they are not very efficient. I have seen instances in which people lose them life and they take the popo that have a popo station 10 minutes away, reach them 3 or 4 hours later. Now people, I don't know if they're undermanned. I don't know if them don't have any sorts of car. However, I say this to say that even if they had walked from the popo station to the scene of crime, they would have reached way earlier in which they reached. I have seen bodies laid out on the ground for at least 7 hours, waiting for the morgue or somebody to pick up the body, waiting for it to be processed, waiting for the popo. So people, me just say, how is it that a country that is plagued with so much crime and violence does not treat crime and violence very seriously? It shows you that they are lacking. It shows you that it's either them don't know or them don't care or them just negligent. So people, what this shows you is that this is why the JSF, they lose a whole bunch of cases. This is why the investigation always come to some sort of hurdle, some sort of roadblock. Because maybe the evidence that they need, maybe very important part of the crime was compromised. Maybe somebody gone with some sort of evidence. Maybe one of these crime scene detectives by default might have removed something or placed it at a place that it was not. So therefore, whenever this case goes to court, or whenever these detectives try to do their job and put things into sequence, it is very hard because the scene of the crime has been compromised, point blank and period. Now before I move to the next part of my video, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source, and I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. And people, please subscribe to this channel, and when you subscribe, please press the notification bell and icon, and also press all in the option. Now people, next part of the video is called Congratulations. Rounds of applause to these so-called gangsters, wangsters in Jamaica. And I am speaking about a place called Cascade that is in Hanover. It is said that about 8 something last night, some men roll up in our car, drive by, ride by, saw a group of persons standing in front of a shop. In those group of persons was a little 3-year-old. However, target is target. It does not matter if a granny, if a pregnant woman, little pitney, if a dog, if a puss, any and everybody are equal opportunity target. So therefore, they went to execute, and that is exactly what they did. They carried out their plan. After them blaze up the place, jump out of the car, blaze up the place. After the smoke clear, 3 persons were hit. 1 person lost their life on the spot. 3-year-old and the next person was taken to the place of recovery. However, people, there are conflicting report as to if the 3-year-old lost her life or she's okay or he is okay. However, the next person seems as if they are going to be okay. So at least 1, maybe a possibly 2 person gone, and then a 3rd person in the hospital trying to hold on for dear life. Now people, it is not like we've not seen this on a daily basis. It is not like it is anything strange. As a matter of fact, the takeaway of 3-year-old, the takeaway of infant, baby, granny, pregnant woman is now the norm other than the exception. So therefore it tells you that, alright, as despicable as it sounds, we should just accept that. Listen, this are the norm. Them people here, either they on some sort of season spliff, either a sip on some sort of mad PUSSPISS, or them just in a different zone. They're under the influence of some sort of evilness or demonic spell. Or people maybe A, B, C, D, E, down to Z. So people, once again, we see a next very crazy act that is committed by a group of men in a car that saw a group of persons. Nobody in the car could have said, I hope no pit no dead, you know. I hope no granny no dead. I know that they are going to do whatever they want to do. I know that they are trying to make a statement. I know that it seems as if they are vying for some sort of title, the wickedest or evilest, most demonic criminal in the history of Jamaica. However, what I do know too is that there's no morals, no ethics, no bar that is set, no line that is crossed. It is a anything go, anytime, anywhere, anybody, point blank and period. Now, last but not least, the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called, be very careful who you mess with. The deeds that you do can come back and haunt you. The deeds that you do can come back and haunt other persons based on reprisal, based on revenge, based on your recent history. Now, people, what has been popping in the news of lately is an incident that occurred in Denham Town. There's conflicting, mixed reviews. A lot of persons are saying that the residents are wrong. A lot of persons are saying that the JDF soldier was wrong. He was disrespected. The people them don't have any sorts of manners. Now, people, I don't want to seem insensitive whenever anybody loses their life, because if an innocent man is taken out, it is never good. It is never a good look. However, sometimes you have to be very careful. You have to know your position, know where you live, know what can go on, especially when we've seen recent history of the relationship or lack thereof relationship as it pertains to members of the armed force, JCF, JDF, and residents in these garrisons. It is a known fact that a lot of these persons shield these persons in the garrison, meaning gunman, don, robber, thief, anything that is bad, menaces to society. So therefore, that is common knowledge. It is also a known fact that based on international human rights that Jamaican Power soldier have violated persons in the past and will continue unless, of course, something drastically changes. So therefore, putting those two factors, it is a recipe for disaster. Now, when I post a couple of videos about that, me and some people communicate on WhatsApp, phone call, and them I say, listen, sometime the power them go in at the place, the JDF soldier them, and them go on bad, them go on X. However, you see some of these people in the garrison, them no sort of respect. Them call the power them, the soldier them, fish, suck this, suck that, all manner of evil. Now, people, let me ask you what you think. When people don't have the temperament or show that most of them are not professional or able or willing to be professional, and then you taunt them, you call them this, you call them that, you fling this off of them, you fling that off of them, you spit off of them. How do you think, what type of reaction do you expect? And people, like I've always said, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So therefore, this reaction is going to be negative in most cases scenario. And whenever that happens, it is going to be to the detriment of persons living in these garrisons. So therefore, if you are the person that is most likely to lose out, why do you insist on doing it? When you see some people, innocent people, bad people, are lose them life, all because of that. People, me just say, think very wisely in the decisions that you make. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.